What's up, guys? I'm low key kind of surprised right now because I had no idea that I was even live or I was going live, to be honest with y'all. I was this out where I with screen so I could get the video showing a little bit sooner because it's uploading right now and it just didn't work. It didn't work out that way. So it's actually uploading right now. It's gonna be about a minute or so before it actually premieres. So please bear with me. Um, I had no I had no idea. See, this is why I don't go live, guys, because I have no idea when I'm doing StreamYard. And so I just thought I'd just come live, let you guys know what was going on. So hey y'all, hey China, Angel. Oh, it's breaking up. Damn. See y'all, I'm messy. I'm messy. I'm messy. Aquarius, Ace Spice, Angel, Sade, Riri, Noble, Andrea, Breadbone, Voodoo, Bruja. Don't do no voodoo on me. Hey y'all. Hey T Sam. I think it's T. The Ty, Allie in Wonderland. Everybody. So I'm just doing this real quick, you guys. I really wanted to just end and let the video upload and do what it needs, but give me about another 5 minutes. We're gonna live premiere the new girl, the interview, and then another video after that with the wives interviewing a crazy lady. So, oh my God, so bad. So, guys, I'm gonna end this because I really I don't have any to talk about right now that I plan to talk about. I just plan to show the video, do a live, and see if you talk about it afterwards. Well, maybe we could still do that. I know I feel bad calling her crazy lady. She's not crazy. She's just eccentric, you know. So my apologies. I mean, hey, we've all been called crazy at some point in our lives, so it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I don't know, Ash. I just she's a lost soul, just looking for. She's just looking for acceptance. She's just looking for a place where she feels like she will be accepted, and she might be running from some things. She definitely has a past that is very sad. You'll see that in the video, but you know, yeah, lost soul, definitely a lost soul. Hey, Mr. Hey, Scorpio. Actually with carbonation. They support my channel, so you're welcome. You're welcome to be here. Her story is wild. It is. And yeah, I mean, at this point, just the things that he has said in his previous live streams, he's not really interested in any the women there in that way. They're just basically sex toys for him, and they're trophies. That's it. Not happy with any of the women. Don't want any of them truly. So, Sky's the new girl, Asura. She's the new girl. She's yes in Babylon. She's from Chicago. No, Candace, this was actually very impromptu. I didn't plan to do this. I was like, my heart dropped when I saw that there were comments up in the box. I'm figuring out how to work hard and hopefully start doing real panels. But yeah, oh, she looks velvet lookalike. I don't think so. I don't think so. Thank you, Natural Beauty. No, Sunny's not there yet. Sunny's still campaigning because she wants the top spot. She wants to be yes. So, you know, um, I don't know. I don't know if that's even gonna happen. I mean, I don't even think he knows what he wants. You know, when you have all that kind of demonic energy running through you, when you have multiple voices and multiple entities kind of directing you um, every which way, you don't want. He doesn't know what he wants. Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't want an older woman. You guys, when you see the video of him talking this morning about his story, where he gives even more information than he's given before about his past and him trying out being gay and about bisexual, it's very telling about the depths and the lengths that he will go to kind of just satisfy immediate desire. It's not even long term thinking is really not prevalent. And without his followers and servants, and he said it himself many, many times, he always says he doesn't know where he would be without these people around him. And that's the truth, you know? Yeah, I don't even think he knows a lot about Sonny yet. You know, they might be talking behind the scenes, but he's just broken and lonely and sad. That's the truth of the matter. So he goes for, just whatever he's feeling at the moment. Very unpredictable. His energy is chaotic. You know what? While this video is uploading, did anybody want to come up and talk? Like, I don't, let me see if I can figure out how to drop the, y'all probably don't want to talk. Let me see. Little China might come up. I don't know. I don't even know how to chat in the chat box. Guys, I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, Sunny, she's just probably capping. Yeah, Shelly. I was like, ooh, Chicago took a loss for this. But no, they didn't take a loss for it. It's not the city's fault that the city's full of lost souls. She just happened to find her way to carbonations, shockingly. But yeah, he is a lost soul, Cindy. He preys on broken people because that's who he is, a broken person. Except he's the type of broken person that he knows that there's no there's no putting Humpty Dumpty back together again when it comes to him. He literally is it. I never say this about people. I always feel like, everybody is redeemable, but some people, they're not. No, they're just not. I don't know about Malia. She's just still showing up in the chats. I mean, she asked the new girl a few questions as well. So, but she's still healing herself. And if Eligio has any sense of mind, if he has any little peace of mind outside of his Sado spirituality, he would bar her from ever returning there because she's absolutely a liability. Yeah, I'm hoping that she doesn't stay. She looks so uncomfortable, but she knew it was coming. It's the humiliation ritual for every new member. Every new member has to go through this. They have to spill their deepest, darkest secrets. And it's just stuff that no one should know besides you and maybe the person that you experience certain things with, but the world doesn't need to know that kind of stuff. No, I didn't play it yet, CB. It's actually uploading. I was gonna try to do a live stream where I shared my screen and played the video, and then we could maybe talk about it afterwards. That didn't work. So I was live and I didn't know. We're just talking while it uploads, probably about maybe a good 40 minutes left on the upload. So Lex and whoever else is waiting for the video, I'm sorry, I titled it this way because I was going to play it within this live stream, but I'm not using my laptop so I can't do that. I'm using my iPad. I'm surprised that I'm even able to live stream through my iPad. So I'm just testing, and I could change the title, but I don't think it really matters at this point. Well, the new girl, her are you guys talking about Tanisha or the new girl? Because I think Tanisha's family is very concerned about her. I think they can't control her because she's an adult, and I'm not really sure if, she's talked to any mental health professionals while she's been in the hospital. But just the fact she was trying to leave the hospital about a week or two ago and then just had surgery a few days ago and indicated that she's just now learning how to walk again, and she sounds so weak, you know. The times that she does speak is just absurd completely. She didn't show her face live, but she was, talking to the ladies and Eligio. She talks to him a lot. Black Venus the T. It's me. It's me speaking. Hey Mia. Yeah, she's a moderator. She was probably a moderator before she came around that mountain and that hill, and then ended up being sent home just days later. Thank God, because she wouldn't have made it. She's not only dealing with all the ailments that she was dealing with, she was also severely malnourished. I mean, you could see every bone in her chest. Like, just like, oh my gosh, but yeah, she does head straight back there. It's gonna be the onus will be on Eligio to make the right decision, if that's even possible, and to deny her from coming back. So this is the T. Yes, precise mode. So when he starts kind of courting someone, it's not a short process. It's not as short of a process as people think it is. Like, a lot of these people have been they've been aware of carbonation for a long time, but I think the Bigo crowd is different because they don't really know him outside of Bigo. So they're getting to know him and just what he shows. And that's why it's important that all the content creators that do report on carbonation have all of the older videos and all of the older footage to show all sides of him and not just what he wants to be seen. He thinks he's slick and that he puts out only what he wants put out, and that's great because he can't help but just expose himself with every live stream. So it's like you're not holding anything back, really. Keep it up so that we can see you for exactly who you are. And people will eventually come around. It's just like a vicious cycle. It's like a hamster wheel. That's pretty much what it is. And China, I'm not sure. What, after watching some parts of the interview, I'm not sure how long she's been talking to him. I honestly haven't seen the whole thing. I had it just setting on record until I the video together. But I don't think she was completely with the knowledge before she got there, with quote unquote their knowledge before she got there. You'll see in the video. So I'm not really sure who she was talking to at Carbonation where she arrived there, but I think she's kind of out of her element and she's in for a rude awakening. Yeah, he tried to rebrand Miss Mindy, but people always figure out who he is sooner or later. And people who have been following Carbonation for years, I would say at least 3 years, they see this cycle repeat itself over and over and over again with every new person that comes there. It's the same thing. They think they know one side of this individual, and then it's just like a world of hurt. And by the time they figure it out, they're in so deep that they just deal with it. It becomes normalized in a lot of ways. Yeah, Her Majesty, I agree. Not that long. A Spice, that fruit cannot help but wear her. I think she's been suppressed verbally for so long since she's been there that she just expresses herself through her facial expressions. Like, there's no resting bitch face for her. It's just, I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel in every face I make, including my eyeballs. So her eyes are alive. You guys, the Justice League. Yeah, somebody call something. But I do think that there are forces working. Um, there are forces at work. Trust and believe that it is a lot to take in, Sasha. It's a lot. And now that he is working for Bigo, they have to live stream at least 2 hours a day. And so now that each of them are hosts, I think he made the ladies host and also the guys host. They're all working for the white man that they talk so much shit about. None of the nature girls were feeling her. Well, they're probably wondering what the hell is she thinking? And just she has no idea. Yeah, he has a Babylon job. He works for Bigo. That's who pays him. And he actually has a agent, his boss, an individual by the name of Brendan Keys runs his agency on Bigo. Why you crabs want to pull them back in the bucket? Scorpio or Scorpy? I want to see you crawl your ass over to Puerto Rico and join carbonation since you think Babylon is so bad. Why don't you go over there? I don't recommend that you do. I think that you are smart enough to know that you probably would not even last. So please keep it real. Be real. There's nothing wrong. Babylon is a state of mind. Your own Messiah says that himself. So, and then everything is an illusion, right? So just stop because it's so easy to use your own words against you guys. Like, you will if you could. Why don't you ask the Messiah to help you get there then? Like, like that doesn't even make sense. Your Messiah tells you that you're God, so will yourself over there. How about that? Well, Asar, dollars are dollars. I think we all know that. You know, everybody spends money, and Black America has been keeping America running for centuries now. So we are powerful in that regard. But and Scorpius, if you're God, then you can make it happen. You said you would if you could. Well, God doesn't do woulds and coulds. God gets it done. Okay, so do that. Hey, Gemini girl. Ty, it's a good question. Not sure if she sees her. She probably sees him, but their mindset is so steeped in their belief system that, for one, if the mother and father break up, that the child belongs with the father. There have been so many mothers that have left their children behind. I don't even think she cares, to be honest with you. Okay, Scorpio, God's got issues. That should tell you something right there. Because if you're God and you have issues, you should rethink who you think you are. Okay. Yep, BB, I agree. taking in every word, which he should have done that before she arrived because some of the things he seemed to be kind of surprised about. So it's it'd be very interesting. Hey, Essence. Yeah, I don't know if she has any kids yet. RGS, RGRS. I only caught bits and pieces of the interview, so I will be tuning in with everybody who hasn't watched it yet or whoever didn't watch all of it. CB, because he was able to, and I'm not really sure if this happened, but I mean, with the pandemic, so many people were able to secure loans from the government. Trump was very generous in that regard. People were able to secure loans in many different ways. And so I'm sure that he did what he needed to do to ensure that each of them contributed in some way. That's true, sir. I guess in a sense that is kind of true, but white to white people is different than white to black people because you have to look at how a culture treats itself to kind of predetermine how they're going to treat other cultures. So white people have their own problems. They have their own internal struggles and their own internal things that they're dealing with. They're not unified. They they're not that far apart from African Americans, which we are very culturally diverse, just like they are. They're not all on one accord. Trust and believe that. Good evening, Kimberly. No, she's not 27. She's way younger than that. Yep, she's 23. Hey, Hudson. Let's hope that it never comes to that for her. But he was speaking about how he's not afraid of anything. And it's like, you're afraid to go to sleep. Like, stop lying. Stop playing. 27 is too old for him. Yeah, that's true, Scorpy. It's just a quote unquote term, kind of like, you know, I am God. It's just something, it's just a designation. Black peoples in America, is that better? Brown, every hue, man, whatever you want to call it. Scorpy is the crab in the barrel on the other side. So that's why he's here, or she. Black Queen, she will be there for as long as he is there. She, Aya is a pro at being devoted to, you know what, I'm not even going to touch on that, but Aya's past kind of speaks to why she is so adamantly devoted to Eligio, and he knows it. He kind of made reference to it today, actually, through a song. She's probably the least abused woman there now. She went through a lot a few years ago with when Ra was there with her. I think if you watch any of those lives, getting kicked out, living in a hotel in the town, campaigning every day to come back. It's losing weight, like it was just melting off of her. It was sad to see, but she ended up right back there. I'm gonna check on I'm gonna check the status of the video really quick, and I'm gonna see if I can figure out a way to drop the link in the chat. So give me one sec, guys. Scorpio just wants to be accepted. it's, it's, it's Scorpio board. Yeah, I mean it's these people have been through a lot, you guys. Like I know there are a lot of people that are just now tuning in, like maybe this year or maybe last year, but just to see the progression, the digression over the years has been nothing short of like shocking in a lot of cases. And I think sometimes it's kind of easy to forget that these people are so damaged and broken, to the point where I believe everyone there has PTSD, post traumatic stress, um, and addiction to their narcissist, trauma bonding. They don't know up from down because they've been gaslighted so much and have been told that, existence is it's not real one minute, and then the next minute, the world's going to fall apart because he can't see his baby girl or he can only see her online. It's just a lot of contradictions, a lot of bullshit, and it's all wrapped into a spiritual blanket that is just the most deceptive thing I've ever seen, that I've ever seen. Uh-oh, Miss Diva, I'm definitely not your professor. Oh my God, that's crazy that you said that. Yeah, I did a few videos on IoT. You can find them on my channel. No, I'm not down with getting on any bus and going anywhere over there. Nope. I feel your passion, but that is not going to help. It's not. You can't force adults to do anything. And that's the sad part about it. You can't force them. They're adults. Oh my God, you guys are crazy. Well, now's the time, Scorpy. Flights are low, and you have to quarantine to be a perfect scenario for you because you probably won't be leaving off the compound unless it's to go to the concrete park to play basketball and listen to DJ. You know what, y'all? I'm trying so hard to just not be an asshole, but yeah, it's nothing anybody can do. It all is gonna come in its own time, and these people are gonna they figure it out for themselves. Trust me. I think the one person that has probably that's going to have the longest residual effects from being a part of carbonation right now currently is Velvet. Everyone else, most of those women who leave, they try to move on with their lives, and I've heard from past members that it takes a while. It takes years for them to recover from the damage that's been done to their mindsets. It's a spiritual damage that's being done. The brainwashing takes on a whole nother level when you're mixing in spiritual elements with it, and then you're impacting things that are unseen. He knows how to tap into the subconscious mind, and he knows how to manipulate people in ways that most people would never try to do to other people. I don't know if it's a survival mechanism from a fractured childhood into young adult years where he literally could not function. He did not know how to function. He had to be taught how to be a human being in society. So it's like, in a lot of ways, these people leave and then they don't even want to think about him again because he can be very evil. Look at the way that he talks about his baby mom. All of them. He's always invoking their names. He's always bringing them up. Even the ones that don't talk about him, he's constantly talking about them all the time. It's just, it's ridiculous. And then it's like a lot of ways it's spiritual extortion. In a way, if there's spiritual extortion going on, why keep showing it, Queen Sasha? I'm documenting a cult. You know what I was asked the other day? I was asked to pull clips from live streams that I've recorded, particular clips that can help, hopefully, to shed some, a different kind of light on the situation for people that can actually do something. Why would I want to go over there on a bus? Like, I'm not really not trying to offend you, even though you have been offensive to me in the chat. But why would I do that? That doesn't make any sense. Do you look what happened with Jim Jones? The freaking FBI went over there and they were killed. Like, come on, we have to use common sense. Even when you are watching something that is being documented live, you have to use your discernment, you have to use discretion, and ultimately you have to use common sense. I mean, it's kind of akin to the people that were telling um Velvet's dad, "Oh, go over there, fight him. If it was me, I would do this. If it was me," really, her dad would probably be in a Mexican jail somewhere if he would have moved in such a reckless and ridiculous way. Like, this is like, come on, you guys have to be smart. Like, nobody would do something like that. That's crazy, to pack a bus and go over there. For what? To do what? This is spiritual warfare. Okay. So don't try to insult me by, if you want to know why I'm doing what I'm doing, you can ask me. But don't assume that you have an answer that I didn't even ask you for, as it relates to how to fix this situation. Is my role, my job is to spread awareness. There are many people that only watch the videos on his channel that don't show this other side. So I know what I'm doing. Okay. Thank you. Just you play your position and I'll play mine. Okay. I'm making money. Really? What money am I making? What money am I making? See, this is, I'm so glad. Thank you. Thank you. Let me, God dog it. Oh, let me see. I can actually, let me put you on timeout because thank you. Oh, yeah. Please shut up. Like, why would you come in my chat and insult me? Like, who do you think you are? I'm not monetized. I've never made a dime, ever. Any money. I've never taken a donation. See, when you're doing things the right way, you're, I don't have to worry about the kind of the, what's the word I'm looking for? If I was making money off of doing what I do, I think I'd be moving a lot differently. But I'm just glad that I was raised well, and I'm literally moving with my own spiritual intuition. And also because I have a psychology background. This story has to be told. It has to be exposed. I mean, I when I was in college, I was sitting in psych classes just reading books about people like this. If we would have had video footage and things like that, or like Jim Jones, Charles Manson, you know, when it came to serial killers that we had to read about and write papers about, we had news footage, you know, that we could look back to. But this is something else altogether, and most cults are not this brazen as to publicize their life. So this is rare. This is very rare, and I think that your lack of education is showing here. So don't come from me. don't know who. Some people are so like they feel so entitled. Like you don't know me. You do not know me. I don't know who you think you are, but the next time you comment something crazy, you're getting blocked, girl. Slightly and politely. Yeah, I'm not monetized. There's no monetary gain. I am gainfully employed in my real life. I'm very blessed and thankful for everything that I have. I'm thankful to be able to do this. I mean, I could be sitting up there watching TV, doing all manner of other stuff, but I'm doing this because I recognize and I see that it needs to be done. And I'm glad that every other content creator out there who's taken the time to, it's not I'm not physically exerting myself by screen recording, but it is time consuming just, editing, uploading these videos. I'm grateful for each and every one of them, even the people that I don't deal with, that's exposing this code. Just imagine if this is what was going on in the Charles Manson days and the Jim Jones, like, you guys, if social media was available back then, 900 plus, mostly black people would not be dead. So we have to take advantage and we have to use the resources that we have to expose darkness. And if you don't like it, and if you have a problem with it, do not do that, Sade. Shut the room down. No, you know, I don't have anything to prove. You're right, Hudson. But I just want people to know that I don't do this for money. I don't get paid for doing this. I literally am just doing this out of the goodness of my heart and my spirit and my soul. Okay? And even if I was, even the people that do make money off of this, so what? So what if they make money? They can do that. They're utilizing their time and their energy. I feel that I reap the benefits in different ways. So I'm fine with that. But I just love when people try to tell me what I'm doing and you're in my pockets for what reason? Like, get a life. Why are you on my channel? Anyway, I'm not going to let that sourpuss ruin the moment, but I just ridiculous. Like, everybody doesn't do everything for money. Some people do things because it's the morally right thing to do. And I'm not saying it's morally right that I'm, recording these lives so that just in case, there's anything in there that could be used against you in the court of law. But I'm doing this because young people need to see that this is not right. Even the comments in the chats are helpful to people. It helps people to, going into their subconscious, like, we got to fight fire with fire. He's tapping into people's subconscious, and these comments tap into the subconscious as well. So if people come through, they see these videos, they're attracted to the lifestyle, they're attracted to, the demon messiah, then they're also going to get to see you guys' comments counteracting that, shedding light on what's really going on, trying to, persuade people to not go there. And everybody's kind of a part of the process. It's a part of the cycle, the circle. So everybody's helping, you guys. Hey, Copper. Thank you. Just saw your comment. I'm like barely looking at the comments. I'm so weird. Yeah, Kimberly, I don't think so. I think if he ever goes down, he would be found balled up in a room somewhere, sucking his thumb in a fetal position. And I'm just being real. I'm keeping it really real. I appreciate you guys very much. I really do. When I started this channel, it was literally there is no expectations, and there's still not any expectations now. I was just like, wow, I have to capture this because this is it was intense. It was unbelievable to me in the beginning, and I'm like, wow, this is not a game. This is serious. This is serious. And I think that it helps. Bailey, you know you can email me anytime. I would love to lend you insight and to talk with you about what you're doing for your thesis paper. I wish that I could have done a thesis on this type of code, because when people do academic research papers on cults like this that are actually still um, existing, it helps shed it helps shed light in a different way, um, especially in academia. I have a feeling that, you know, who knows? Carbonation is definitely unique in a lot of ways because of social media. Be- because of social media. See, like the Malachi Z. Yorks of the day, they didn't really have social media like that. It was new. It was up and coming. We had, AOL, America Online, and MySpace, and we were lucky if we could do a lot with that. So yeah, she was mad. I don't know why she was so mad. She might be the ops. Yeah, Scorpio, I'm not. And I know I was trying to kind of be, when I initially started reporting, or not even reporting, just documenting carbonation, I try to be very neutral because I was looking at it from an academic eye initially. I was like, damn, this is wild. Like, why aren't there any academics covering this? Why is no one looking at this with a deeper scope? But I'm not down with them um, in any way, shape, or form. But I try to kind of keep a neutral, like I try to keep my titles neutral, and because I didn't want to kind of purvey a certain like, oh, like I hate them. I don't hate anybody. I don't hate anything. I'm actually the way that I'm the way that I'm built. Like I try to see both sides, and then I saw both sides, and I was like, that's not okay. So when I first discovered carbonation, I didn't see any of the abuse. Like I was not until like I saw young Pharaoh going at it with him one day, and I was like, wow, who is this guy? Why are they getting into it? You search for Nature Boy online and you would get his videos. So now, ever since that, kind of young Pharaoh started that charge, and he's on to bigger and better things now. But because of him, because of young Pharaoh, the YouTube is now flooded with the real. So it's a good thing. It's seeing trolls in here. That's okay. Yeah, Sade, it's a conversation that does need to be had. Unfortunately, that's one thing that I learned from covering them as well, is that, ooh, um, there are people out there that are preying on young people and trying to steal their souls, which you cannot steal anyone's soul. Your soul is your own. But they're trying to convince them that's what they're doing, that they own them, that they own their soul, that they own their mind, that they have complete control of their subconscious. And it's not right, you know. Phoenix, you got a good eye, girl. Yeah, Fula. And I agree with that, because who does that? I've never heard any man utter those words before. So even if it's not an even if, it's an absolutely horrific thing to even say to the public, to say to anybody. But the more that he says things like that, the easier it is for him to try to normalize that type of stuff. And we don't want that to become normalized at any point. Perta. Scorpy, young Pharaoh wasn't even trolling Nature Boy. I think that the fact that he made him tell the truth about so many things. I mean, and Scorpio, I don't even know why I'm giving you the time of day, but I'm going to give you the time of day. He used to lie about so much until young Pharaoh exposed him. Like, are you serious? He was literally just lying to everybody about everything. Oh, Copper, thank you. Well, Bailey, my major was psychology. Like, my degree is in psychology, actually. And so I've known of cults for a very long time. I just didn't know that there were so many existing cults. And I had no idea that we had one in the Black community that was preying on young people. And it's not even, he can make the argument that he's not praying, that they seek him out. But you want people to seek you out. It's not like you're turning them away and telling them you're a bad man. You're accepting them. Ooh, Blossom. Okay. See, I didn't do anything with mine. I was like, oh my God. Psychology is it's great to know, but I actually ended up working in a completely different field. But I've always kept up an appreciation for everything that it has to offer. Mm. Yeah, YP came with the whole register. He blank paper and everything. The receipts were being printed as he was exposing. So never. I would never interview him, Bailey. There's literally nothing to say. Nothing. He said it all. Has shown everyone exactly who he is. There's nothing that I need to know more of about. Nothing. Why would I sit there and argue and go back and forth with somebody who thinks he's the Messiah and he's a living, breathing human being that is able to get sick and to not cure himself? Like, no. So no, I wouldn't interview somebody who's mentally ill to try to make them see that their behavior and their thinking do not align with society in any form or fashion, in any culture, not just Black culture. He's already been exposed. So there's nothing for me to interview him about. I would never want to interview him about anything. And I know that kind of sets me apart from some of the other um, carbonation reporters out there, but no. Why? I already know, I already have his number. I know what he believes and what he thinks. So it would be pointless, honestly. It's like when you see when you see interviews of like ex no, well, not they're not even ex cult leaders, like Charles Manson, for example. That's mainly because there wasn't a lot that was out there at the time that him and his cult were going on their rampages and destroying society in every place they touch. So it's kind of different with the advent of social media and the fact that he's out here. Everything that he stands for and believes in has done is already in the public eye. So I think I would drive him crazy. He wouldn't even want to interview me. he'd be mad because I'd turn all his teachings against him. Basically, it would be like, so if separation is an illusion, I am me and, you know, or I am you and you are me. We're sitting here, we're a mirror. It really doesn't matter at the end of the day. It really, his whole philosophy, his whole ideology, it boils down to nothing really matters. When you get to the very root of it, it's just nothing matters. Period. It's ridiculous. It only matters when it hurts his feelings or when he's been narcissistically injured in some way, which, yeah, it wouldn't make any sense. So the video is processing. Thank you for bearing with me, guys. Whoever stays up late to watch this tonight, I appreciate you sincerely. And if you can't, you can catch it on the replay tomorrow or whenever. Yeah, a lot of levels, my sister's keeper. Malia's medical condition is tragic, completely tragic. Yeah, we don't, I don't care about that. Damn, how do I delete comments? God dog it. Bird, are you in here? God dog it. See this dashboard. Please don't mention that person up in here. Can you delete that comment where they mention the interview with that person? Thank you. Yeah, Malia is not going anywhere right now, you guys. Malia is recovering from surgery. Malia can barely walk. Malia is still in a state of delusion, and she's a very, very sad situation. His end game, Black Jade, remains to be seen. His personal end game is that he is Jesus, God, and the Creator, and that we will all bow and bend the knee to him once we, cross over one day. So his end game is bullshit. Okay, his end game is going to be his downfall. That's going to be the end game when his deeds finally catch up to him. That'll be the end game, and it'll happen. I know it seems like it's taken forever, but some cults are able to exist for decades until they're brought down. So it takes time. She's online because she doesn't have an outlet wherever she is. She's still seeking that acceptance and that camaraderie. Exactly, Charisse. You guys, you know what's funny? You know how he always talks about how he's been to prison before? When we all know that it was, he went to juvie and then he ended up going to a mental institution from there. He got out at 19. I mean, in what state do they send 18 and under individuals to an actual prison? So maybe there might be prisons for young people, but I do know that he was not in an actual prison facility. So I think he's kind of creating karma by constantly saying he's been to prison. It's like, well, it's gonna happen. It might not have happened 20 years ago, like you said it did, but it might happen eventually. Keep on speaking it into existence because you're manifesting your own fate by saying that constantly. Yeah, she said she just had a surgery the other day, and she, God, Girl has a port sticking out of her back. Okay, you guys know what ports are. Ports are surgically inserted to help to either inject. I don't know if we have any nurses or doctors in the house because I'm neither. So I'm just speaking from what I think. Thank you so much, Eagles. I'm just speaking from what I think, but surgical ports are intended to either drain fluid or to like to to give injections, medicine, I think. I could be wrong. But yeah, she's having infectious bacteria filled fluid drained from her body. She's been through a lot, guys. So even if her mind is still not there, she has been through so much. She's been through so much. I was just gathering some video, some clips for someone for a very good purpose. And I came across the video, the live he did on Facebook, the last live he did with her on Facebook, where it was basically humiliation, but he was engaging sexually with her graphically during that live and like just watching him pound her back to get her to do certain things and to just using so much physical force. There's so many things that his followers haven't seen that blow my mind because they really can't be shared publicly. But if, when they get into the right hands, they can be shared that way. So, that coupled with like the revenge porn, blatant and fragrant stuff. I mean, why would Instagram allow him to continue broadcasting live after something like that? There's so many questions, but I mean, yeah, they have to learn to love themselves. That live was really tragic, guys. Like, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. Well, it's kind of not that he put it out, Bailey. It's just that he went live on Facebook and did that, and it was extremely graphic, and it was rated X, XXX. His followers do see the sick shit, and many of them are depraved. You're right. You are so right. Yeah, somebody said that those weren't bruises, that was a birthmark, but that was a huge birthmark. I mean, if that is a birthmark. Yep, Jade, and I think that might have something to do with some of the medical issues that she's dealing with even now. I mean, abscess on liver. Wow, that's um unbelievable. Yeah, they are everywhere, goddess and gold. Um, I don't know if anybody here watches the Real Housewives. I don't, but it was brought to my attention that there's a Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and there's a black girl on there, a black lady on there, who was a part of a church. She runs a church, and I think her name is Mary Cosby. And there's been claims that her church is actually a cult because her circumstances are completely insane as well, where her grandma, who used to run the church, married a man that was like 20 something years her senior. And then when she passed away, she put it in the will that her granddaughter was to marry her step grandfather. So um that there are cults everywhere. There's some are in hiding, but the ones that are not in hiding, we have to appreciate the fact that they're public because they are you are being watched. And it's just only a matter of time. Evil is cannot just exist without there being retribution at some point. There's always retribution. Always. Doesn't matter how long it takes. Some people don't see it until their deathbed. but it comes, it always comes. That's why we always have to be conscious and aware of how we move and how we treat others. You know? Yep, Rossi. He it is sad. Yeah, Bailey. I didn't know that either. I was doing research for this little video I was gonna piece together, just pointing out this other cult thing going on and all the interviews with the family members, and it was just like, what in the world? There are there's craziness going on everywhere. So you think it's hepatitis, BB? Yeah, BB. I can believe that that's how it's contracted so easily. He was talking today about how he well, he wanted to be gay so bad that he flew to California to be with some guy, and he couldn't get it up, quote unquote, and he couldn't do it, and he says. But I feel like he tells more of these stories as time goes on. There's more and more that's revealed, and I think that's very telling. So that one will be posted tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna live premiere it though. I'm just probably gonna post it because it's this guy, his confessionals are just out of this world. Yeah, no straight man would do that, or be questioning whether or not he's gay and get into a gay relationship. Like, what you like. But that's the hey Bella. But that just goes to show you how depraved he was at one point in his life, and he would do anything for money. So it's like, wow, morals and principles. Where where are they at? Carlita. No, it's. I was just saying his when he tells on himself that they're confessionals to me because he may as well, be in a box with a curtain talking to a real pastor, somebody. Some of the things that he says are just so out of this world. Yeah, anything for money, anything. Now, I don't know if they have any hepatitis or anything like that. That was just like a rumor. I was just responding to a commenter, but I have no idea what Malia has been diagnosed with, if anything. Just what she has said out of her own mouth, which we know is not the complete truth. She has to suppress and withhold, just like she did when she was at carbonation. She's continuing to do that now because she doesn't want to make them look even worse than they already look. So yeah, Bigo was paying them well, paying them very well. Yeah, that's true, Rossi. He did admit to sleeping with people with HIV. Um, yeah, but we don't know enough still to know if there was transmission or what. I mean, I know I don't know a lot about um how transmission works, but I do know that there are people that do have encounters with people that are HIV positive, and it turns out that they are not HIV positive. So you just never know in those instances. Yep. Afro looks healthier than everyone, but at one point in time, she had way more weight on her. She was, because I don't know if and even with Zoka, her and Zoka were the thickest ones there, if you want to call it thick, thick for carbonation. Yeah, she could become healthy and go back becoming Blessing Braley. You're right. You're right. And that is, I'm sure, a fear of her family's. Berta. Yeah, he takes a supplement just to have his weight, his bulk. Yeah, she does, Haitian goddess. She's starting to look she's starting to get really skinny. Hey Angie. Yeah, Zoka's very stressed. She's going through a lot internally. Um, she's dealing with so much, and I know, like, sometimes it's hard to not be hard on these people for being in the predicament that they're in, but I even with Zoka, telling us what we need to be doing and how we're living in Babylon, you still have to look at the source and you have to look at where all that's coming from. That's all misguided and misdirected anger at herself for putting herself in that situation. Because honestly, there's nothing that she can tell anybody about anything, considering what she's been through. Her and Solar are putting up fronts just to survive. It's all a front, all of it, and it's hurtful. It's spiritually damaging. Sybil is, she after the book and Star, I would have to say Sybil and Star played some major roles in exposing more of the abuse. Like, I mean, if Star hadn't have spoken out, we would have never known about the savage beating that Velvet took on July 4th last year. Um, the fights that go on there, if not for Shaka and Azine and all of them. The fact that, Velvet and Malia had that showdown on the beach, which was refereed by Eligio. There's a lot that we don't know still, but it always comes to light, though. It's always going to come out. I'm not sure, Phoenix, because I think it's I don't know if a lot of these members think it's really different being there when it's happening versus viewing yourself under those extenuating circumstances later on. Like, just imagine seeing yourself severely verbally and emotionally abused versus being in the midst of the situation. I can't imagine how that feels. Okay, processing is almost done, guys. We about to what I'm gonna have to do is I'm going to actually end this live and we're gonna start the video. So we're at 95% processing, and then we will end this and get to the good stuff. Yeah, that fight was horrible. It was spiritually draining as well. It was very spiritually draining. Oh, thank you, baby. Always comes out, Grandma. Always. Sade, it seems like it, but just imagine 2 years has been the time frame that the exposing really got like deep. Was when, young Pharaoh kind of started that train. So, I was talking to one of the ex-members that was a part of Melanation, and they didn't really see a lot back then. The other members, they didn't see, he was very private with his wives back then. They would hear rumblings going on in the tents sometimes, but they didn't see physical abuse occurring in front of their eyes. They knew that they were being verbally abused. He was always very verbally abusive, psychologically abusive, but they didn't see the physical abuse. So it's all coming out now within the past couple of years where, with the birth of baby Eliana, that's when things really started heating up. Before it was just like, woe is we. Help save us from Costa Rica, even though we put ourselves into this predicament for no good reason. Like, who goes through or who takes people through something like that when you could have, you know. But yeah, that was psychological abuse that was occurring, and programming and manipulation, and now we're seeing, the physical on top of the verbal abuse. The fact that babies are barely being born, they're healthy. The members are all skinny and sickly looking, and not all of them, but most of them, most of them. So it's just a sad state of affairs all around for these people. Even though they think that they're on some type of righteous path that everybody else should, no one wants to jump on that train with you guys. Only some people, a few people do. Because I feel like when it comes to carbonation, a lot of people that follow carbonation from the outside looking in, I don't think that they know deep down that they would never physically be there. But they know it's safe to. We're going to show our support from our house over here in Babylon, and we're going to act like we're holier than thou from in the comfort of our living room. We're going to act like we support everything that he says, even though we're not over there physically with him right now. Scorpio, I'm talking to you, because it's easy to say, yeah, he's this and he's that, and he's God gift to humanity from your bedroom when you're not being verbally berated, possibly physically, sexually, psychologically, spiritually abused on a day-to-day basis. You can't express your emotions. You can't express yourself. You don't even have a self anymore. Your self has merged into his self. So you have to express his mind, like he says, men and women. So it's easy for you to talk shit from your house and be like, yeah, you support carbonation. Because you're not taking your ass over there at the end of the day. You're not that crazy. So stop. Y'all need to, the people that do support him from Babylon, I always give them the side eye. Like, they're sick. Those people are actually mentally sick, because you have no excuse. I mean, come on. You watching people be abused, damn near die. Like he said, Malia had to damn near die. You're proud of that before she started expressing the ailments that she was dealing with. Like, y'all are sick, period. For supporting, you're sick. Sorry. Not sorry. Bailey Bigo is owned by a Filipino company. The only thing that they can do is moderate the chat rooms and kick him out anytime his lives get reported enough. Other than that, they're in the business of making money. And I think the issue is that he has an agency, and he has an agent that bails him out every single time he gets banned. If he didn't have that agent protecting him, they wouldn't even be on Bigo. He'd probably be right back on Instagram getting banned every 2 weeks on all of the multiple accounts that he has. And, we'd be trying to fight the good exposure fight that way. So Bigo it's just another means to an end. It's not their fault, but he left Instagram to make money. He literally works for the white man. So he's just contradicts his own bullshit because he knows it's bullshit. He don't have to get on a fake account. He's not blocked. I just don't. He probably just doesn't want to be in here. Nobody supports him, and he will call all of us demons. So it'd be funny, you know. Few more minutes. Yeah, Bigo is reality TV. I mean, reality TV is YouTube and TikTok and all these different apps now, and methods of exploiting ourselves in different ways that we do. Facebook, Twitter. Yeah, he watches. To counteract the fact that he knows that people are watching and critiquing. Some people support and agree. Hopefully, for the most part, the people that watch from the T are critiquing it with a very critical eye and understanding that what they're seeing is demonic, and um, just rebuking it as we're exposing it. But he can't escape what's gonna come for him. And he wants to tell everybody else that they're going to hell, but it's really him. He's gonna be going there in a handbasket. Yeah, Bigo is extremely bad blind. I mean, it's even gotten to the point where they are literally tap dancing for beans. They'll do anything for some beans now. It's literally sad. But this is what money. See, he's revisiting his past now, where he used to have to do everything to make some money. And he's gonna do everything that he can to make money on that app now, because he has to feed those people. That loan money's gonna run out at some point. Baba Bean. But he knows that he watches, and he'll watch to try to flip it to benefit him and to convince his audience that everybody's coming after him. Well, you know that people should be coming after you. People should be telling you that what you're doing is unrighteous. Like, the delusion is what kills me. The fact that you're not just delusional by yourself. Like, you have to share your delusions with the world, and then try to condemn people to hell. Nobody wants to go where you're going. Nobody. Not even your most loyal, devoted followers. Although I never know, she might follow him right into the fiery pits. Whatever he believes. Yeah, he's DJing all right. Right, A bands? We don't do anything for money. These people are bamboozling everybody. You may as well hop on the table and just dance for Massa, because that's basically all he does every day now. Every day. Anything for a box. If anybody is a Bigo person in here, what does it mean when you get a box? Does that just mean that you have accumulated enough gifts to be able to interact with someone? I don't know. I have to learn some of this. I don't want to learn any of the Bigo lingo, but I mean, I don't know what that means. Eagles, yes, it would be crazy than it even was. I mean, Charles Manson had a social media. That's why I kind of compare him more so to Charles Manson than Jim Jones. Jim Jones built a freaking entire city where he went, kind of like in line with what Malachi Z. York did. He built a community, like, for real. He even had pyramids on the compound. Like, it was humongous, humongous. But he's definitely not on that level. He doesn't have the resources, and he doesn't have the sense. This is a man that pissed away $300,000. Yeah, I agree, Ariel. They're comparable to an extent, I mean, but definitely would not compare. I used to compare him to Jim Jones, but I had to really think about it, and like, the comparisons don't completely add up. Um, he's more of a Charles Manson type, giving orders, having women flock to him, having the men serve him, and not lifting a finger, just giving orders. Do this, do that. Take the fall for me. Protect me. I need a mama, you know. Wow. 6 boxes is 900? That is whoa. Yeah, BB. I could see that. I totally see that. Y'all going in on Scorpio. I don't I used to wonder why I used to try to figure Scorpio out from the comments that they would leave. I'm like, dang, Scorpio think I hope Scorpio doesn't think this is carbonation run by carbonation because they really don't get it. And some people just will never get it. Some of his followers just they're missing some crucial connections in their brains, honestly. Completely. They're just completely off. I feel like a lot of his followers are on disability for for chemical imbalance, mental issues. I used to see so many callers call in back in the IG days that were literally off. They were severely mentally ill. And he has admitted it many times. He said, I attract mentally ill people. Like, and then in another instance, he'll be like, well, you attract what you are. It's like, do you just draw the connections when you feel like it, when it's like it's favorable to you, or is it, you know, just when you want to make yourself try to look good? No, definitely praise on the weak. Yes. Because I think that the people who initially are like, hey, maybe he's on to something, they figure out pretty quickly, he's on to something, all right. He's he's on to things and into things. Like he's very abusive. And then he tries to play victim and cry and suck his thumb and he's just ridiculous. Scary. Okay, guys, thank you so much for hanging in there. The video has completed processing. I'm glad that you love yourself, Scorpio, because you really need to hold on to that love. If you ever end up over there, it's gonna be out the door, buddy. Eagles, Eagles. He keeps shaving the side of his hair. It, it's a wrap after Velvet cut her hair. See, this is how powerful this woman is. This young woman is. She doesn't even know how powerful she is. This man is continue cutting his hair and their hair as well. Just because you keep the muffin top looking like a bag of looking like some Cheetos, just because you keep the top and the back, you're still cutting your antennas. Like you look crazy talking like that. And Velvet is the one that got you to do that. Who does that? You cut off 3 years of funky locks, or however many years he had been wearing them up to that point, in the blink of an eye, and then the rest of them followed suit. So that's how off these people are. But guys, I'm going to end this live, and we are going to start. Actually, let me process it right now. I'm gonna set up. Damn, I got to come up with a title. I'm gonna try to steal the title from this video. See, y'all, it's a lot of stuff that goes into this sometimes. Anyway, I'm gonna make it short, and then we're gonna get to it. I'll edit it later. She's basically, in the interview, hmm, interesting that it wasn't longer, but I'm sure we will see this girl on camera even more so because I don't think he was happy with the way that interview went, to be honest with you. Copper, you are so cute. True and Solar were feeling real cute today. Got some lineups. Don't know how to act. It's like Solar, you know that no woman that ever comes there is for you, so I don't know what you're doing. Yes, we could just send our thoughts and prayers to Scorpy. Because I mean, it's Scorpy. There's still hope for Scorpy. That's the thing. Scorpy is exactly the type of people that maybe we could plant a seed, because Scorpy doesn't. You don't need to go over the carbonation to love yourself. You're basically going over there to become a slave. Like that is not what was life. That's not how life should be for anybody. And history has taught us that exact thing. Why would you, you feel that you're in bondage here in Babylon, but you ain't seen nothing yet. All right, so I'm ending this live, guys. I will see you shortly. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me in this impromptu live. This was kind of fun. Like we'll do this again soon, and I'll figure out how to use all the controls in the background and all of that so that you guys can come up on the panel and talk with me and talk with each other and express your thoughts, your feelings, your opinions on this entire situation. So thank you guys. I'm peacing out. Peace and love to you all. I'll see you soon.